Hello, fabulous YouTubers. I know it's a little late for me to be posting, but oh well. No, I did not forget. It's just more or less that I had homework, and you know how that goes. Well, most of you. Alright, well, as you've read for today, well, I should probably get announcements done first, I guess? Alright, so first of all, I know you're probably like, oh my god, what happened to your hair? Yes, I chopped it off. You're like, probably also like, what? What happened to your ears? Well, I got them both pierced. Yeah, I know, it looks a little weird, and they hurt right now because I got them done Saturday? Yeah, Saturday. And my mom agreed that if I were to get my ears pierced, I had to get my hair cut, and yes, I don't have it gelled right now, but it looked great earlier. Alright, so you probably read about today's video that I'm going to be talking about books. Alright, that's a funny thing because you're probably like, well, he doesn't look like a book reader. Well, actually, I read a lot of books. I'm not exactly the fastest reader, but oh well. Recently, I had just finished the book Mockingjay, and that's from the Hunger Games series for those of you who don't know, but I don't know anybody who wouldn't know, so, I mean, oh well, I just had to say it. I gotta say it was really good. I'm not gonna spoil any endings for any of you that haven't, like, read it, but I gotta say it's really good. Like, I would highly, highly, highly recommend it because just of the action, the detail, the thought, the feeling, it just... I honestly gotta say, it's one of the better books that I've read, rather than, like, I don't know, what was a really bad series I had started on? That's a tough one. I like a lot of books, but, I think one series that I couldn't get started on because I just didn't enjoy it was, well, just about any nonfiction book, honestly. I read this one pirate book, and I couldn't even get halfway through it. Like, if I'm into a book, I can read it until I, like, pass out. But, like, if I'm not into a book, I'll read it for, like, 30 minutes and get, like, one page done, and I'll be like, God, this thing's so boring. Anyway, alright, so my new book that I started on, and it's actually a series, my mom had got me this sometime last weekend, was the Air series. And no, it's not like air. It's more like air, like, as in, I don't know if you can read that. Air. Yeah, there we go. The Air series. Basically, alright, it's written by Cinda Williams-Chima. She's a great author, and this book is The Warrior Air. I only have, like, the first two books. The second one is also by the same author, but, it's the, Wizard Air. And so far, it's about this kid who he's not really sure of who he is. He's been taking heart medications, and, then on a soccer field, he almost killed somebody, but it was really cool because of, well, you couldn't really describe it until he went with his genealogist, which, if you don't know what a genealogist is a person who studies, like, dead people, like Ancestry.com, kind of, but just a little bit different, except they do it in person. So, like, they go out, and then basically he finds this thing, and it's actually this. He finds this sword, and he finds out he's a warrior, and it's got, like, special abilities, but only to his own hand, and it was, like, his great-grandmother's or something like that, and so far it's really good. I gotta say, it's great. What I would really love for this book is to be turned into a movie. For those of you Hollywood people, like, the ones, if you're in Hollywood right now, and you're, like, a director, and you're watching one of my videos right now, direct this book. It's great. I could see it turning into, like, one of the better movies that could ever happen. And if you get right onto the dot on it, I mean, it would be great. Like, I do gotta criticize, I mean, pretty much every one of you agrees with me on this, but the Percy Jackson series, it was great. I mean, the books were fantastic. But the recreation into a movie, you gotta admit, that was not the greatest that they've done. Especially since they didn't really have the key topics, such as, like, well, for one, they didn't come to St. Louis, which is, like, my hometown, basically. I mean, I'm not from St. Louis, but I'm in the general area, sorry. But basically, like, they didn't bring in, like, I'm not sure what monster it was, but, like, it was this chihuahua that turned into a giant monster, and he exploded out of the arch, and that's how they got all three pearls, sorry, whoops. Anyway, I was not overly impressed with that, but, like, for greater series, which everybody should know this, and whoever does not know this needs to get out of the rock that they're under, but basically, like, The Harry Potter series, it was a great one. I didn't really read them, honestly, because, like, I had watched the movies before. I know I'm a bad person, but since I was really young at the time, I really didn't care for the books because I couldn't read them very well. Oops. But I tried to read Deathly Hallows, and I was like, this is way too much like the movie. It's scary because, like, I get burnt out on stuff easy. Oh, well. But I gotta say, that was pretty good. Like, I actually watched 2 Harry Potter movies last night, and they weren't, like, in specific order. Like, it wasn't like the first one and then Chamber of Secrets. It was more or less like, well, I watched Chamber of Secrets and not Goblet of Fire. It was Prisoner of Azkaban. That was still a great one. And my phone is going off. Why? I should probably tell him I'm doing a video. Oh well. For those of you that have watched, I know that lately I've been kind of bad with posting. I haven't put out a specific time. I will try to work on that. And I know that I did not have Sam on here because, well, my mom said, oh, if you have homework, you can't go over to your friend's house so you can do a video. I was like, okay, well, I'll just do it at home. So that's how it's going to work. I might have a visitor on next week. I'm not sure, but I'm not going to promise anything because, you know, promises can't be kept all the time, honestly. But, well, keep calm and drive on. I mean, enjoy your guys' week. Hope to see you next week. Oh, I would also like to say to Hannah, it's me, Hannah M. I'm sure she's got like over 1,000 subscribers. I would really like to say thank you for commenting on my post. I am thanking you so much for subscribing to me. You are a great person. I love you to death. You're freaking fantastic. You make me laugh so hard. I'm not sugarcoating any of this, I promise. But you are a great muse. I mean, thank you for saying what you've said. I would just love to say that. And, well, for the rest of you, good night. I love you all. Enjoy. Don't get in trouble. Don't do things that are stupid. Although for those of you that do things stupid, try to do it a little less stupid. Oh well. Alright, so that's all I have for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Love you guys. Goodbye.